What if John B. Anderson had won in 1980? Question mark. 1980 2024. In this timeline, Anderson appeals in all the debates and ends up winning the first one, the second first one, and the last one. Anderson picks Pat Lucy as his running mate to go up against Reagan Bush and Carter Mondale. 1980 U.S. election. Anderson Lucy vs. Reagan Bush vs. Carter Mondale. Despite John Anderson not even getting enough electoral votes to win the election, he was eloquently able to win the election. Thanks to a good campaign and winning some of the presidential debates, with 252 electoral votes. Anderson's first term would start out not that good. The hostage crisis was still going, and they would not be freed in this timeline. And also, prices would go way up, and Anderson would beef military spending too. Taxes went way up by 102%. Anderson's cabinet and agenda. Well, since Anderson is an independent in this timeline, there's not really that many people to join his cabinet. Secretary of State, maybe like Ross Perot or Pat Lucy. Secretary of Defense, maybe like Joe Biden, or someone like Bob Dole. Vice President Pat Lucy, helping Anderson's agenda. 1984 U.S. election. Kennedy Mondale vs. Anderson Bush. Anderson is running for re-election as a Republican and wins re-election in 1980. 1988 U.S. election. Bush Quayle vs. Dukakis Bensa. The same candidates appeals in 1988, and ultimately the same thing happens. Bush wins in the exact same landslide, 426 to 111. Bush would face criticism for raising taxes, but he does have some accomplishments, as he starts the Persian Gulf War and doesn't get America into another war. Though his approval rating is still at like 70 or so percent. But it's still not looking good for Bush. Anyway, 1992 election, Bush Quayle vs. Kennedy Jr. Clinton. JFK Jr. wins the 1992 U.S. election in a landslide with 379 electoral votes. In his first year in office, JFK Jr. would beef up military spending and lower taxes, like what Anderson tried to do, who ultimately failed. Anyway, due to Bill Clinton being vice president, JFK Jr. was able to accomplish a lot. 1996 election, Robertson Dorr vs. Kennedy Jr. Clinton. JFK Jr. destroys Robertson. 500 electoral votes to Robertson's 38. 2000 U.S. election, Clinton Gore vs. Bush Cheney. Thanks to a good presidency, Bill Clinton wins the election in a landslide in 2000, ultimately leading to the start of Democratic dominance. Despite 9/11 and the Iraq War still happening, Clinton does have a very high approval rating of 99%. 2004 election. Clinton, Gore vs. Cheney vs. Cheney. We don't know who Dick Cheney picks as his running mate in this timeline. Anyway, due to a good popular first term, Bill Clinton destroys Dick Cheney. The 2008 recession, does it still happen? The 2008 recession does happen, and ultimately, a lot of people are getting tired of the Democrats due to it, and the Iraq War gets better, but it still goes terribly. The COVID-19 pandemic happens in 2009 in this timeline, ultimately blaming the Republicans, as many people think that the Republicans will win 2008, unlike in real life. 2008 election, Clinton, Biden vs. McCain, Romney. Despite this, Hillary Clinton destroys John McCain, 387 electoral votes. Wow. Anyway, Hillary Clinton would have a good first term, stopping the 2008 recession, stopping COVID-19 pandemic, withdrawing all the troops from Iraq, and sending more troops to Afghanistan, and killing Osama bin Laden on June 1st, 2011. 2012 election, Romney Bush vs. Clinton Biden. Hillary Clinton wins re-election in 2012, despite some criticism for prohibition of alcohol. 2016 U.S. election, Buchanan Kasich vs. Kaine Wars. Tim Kaine wins 2016. The Republican Party knows that they have to win 2020, which seems possible due to the COVID-19 pandemic happening again. But this time in 2017, a couple months after Tim Kaine's inauguration. 2020 election, Kaine Wars vs. Rubio Kasich. Marco Rubio wins 2020, and finally the Republicans had won. 2024 election, Rubio Kasich vs. Wars Harris. Marco Rubio wins again in 2024. 1980, John B. Anderson. 1984, John B. Anderson. 1988, George W. Bush. 1992, JFK Jr. 1996, JFK Jr. 2000, Bill Clinton. 2004, Bill Clinton. 2008, Hillary Clinton. 2012, Hillary Clinton. 2016, Tim Kaine. 2020, Marco Rubio. 2024, Marco Rubio.